Multi-variation listings format. Scroll down on the poster screen to variations field and double click. Up comes the variation screen. Now, there are many categories that support it, many don't, most don't. But it seems that they're most used in clothing. And so by default, you'll see two fields, main color and size, and these have extra functionality. As you see, you can select color, you can select size, and notice with size I have size type, clothing sizes, that's what you see there, a long list. And then if you click that button, shoe sizes, you get different values. You can also enter anything there. Be aware though, the size value, depending on the category, if it's an invalid size value, it will fail. Now, one thing you could do to see which size values are valid, let me just close this. Bring up the custom item specifics, and if you don't already have them, see I already have them here. But it'll show you the size, what sizes are allowable in that category. But if you didn't have them, you would click Get eBay Recommendations, boom, and now it would get them. And then you can see. But I should think, you know, if it's a valid, if you're selling an article of clothing and it's the proper size, it probably isn't going to fail. Anyway, I just wanted to cover that. So that's why I have default color and size. Now, you could, depending on your category, these might not be needed. You can rename these. I could name this anything I want. You know, test. That could be it. Now, of course, you don't get a drop-down list. You would enter anything you want. If the name has color in it, I'm going to make it select color. As long as the name of this first field, or any field actually, has color in it, you're going to get a drop-down list for color. Similarly, you could rename this, and you can, in fact, you must rename this field, which I call custom variation. You must rename it to use it. If I try to use it, first edit the name of this variation. In other words, you must rename that. These, you don't have to, but you can. If the word size is in a field, it will drop down these size options. Again, this is a productivity feature to save you time. All right, now this, you should also know the first column is going to be the first selector shown on the page. And this selection is what determines what picture will be shown. Pictures are optional, but the picture is tied to the value here. For each different value here, you would want a different picture. And then when they select it, they see the different picture. So I'm going to call it select color. And we're going to say we're going to sell shoes. So I'm going to go shoe sizes. And we got a black shoe. We got, let's say, 4 sizes, size 8. We've got 3 of them in stock, size 8, $12. Now, again, to increase your productivity, I had a feature, duplicate selected. We only have one selected. Duplicate, just duplicated it. Let's say we're going to have 4 sizes. So I'm going to select 2 now. It's going to duplicate both. And so now we have 4. Now I just changed the size. We got a size 8, a 10, a 12, and a 13. All right, we've got 3 of each, but let's say the size 12 is $14. And the size 13 is $15. So now we got black shoe, 4 sizes, and 3 different prices. Now we want to have the picture of the black shoe. Black shoe. There it is. Okay. Now let's say we also have this shoe in brown. Rather than having to re-enter and do all this, select all these and duplicate. Notice it duplicated everything but the picture. Because, again, you only want a picture for each different value here. Now, we want to change the value on these 4 to brown. So we're going to select brown. And now here's another feature. The mass edit. Field selected color. Value selected black. Now you see value selected brown. I'm going to select all these in this column. Apply to all. It just changed them all to brown. There you go. So now we've got black in 4 sizes and brown in 4 sizes. Now we want a picture of the brown shoe. These are actually different pictures. In reality, you would have the same picture, obviously, with you know, different colors. By the way, let me just show you here. There's other features. Let's say I duplicate selected. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Undo. Clear selected. Oops, didn't want to do that. Undo. I added an undo to all these mass edit features in case you make a mistake. But we're done now. So we're going to click apply and upload the pictures. It's going to FTP your pictures. Of course, you have to have FTP set up. Also notice it set the first picture in the variations as your image 1 picture, which is also your thumbnail picture on the listing page and the gallery picture. Now, if this had already been set, let's say you had used the description editor and had a picture in there, and then that also does the same thing, sets the first picture in the HTML editor as the image 1. If it was already set, then this would be left alone. But if it's blank, the variations feature will set the first picture in the variations screen as the thumbnail, again, to save you time. So we're done. Click update inventory. If you don't do that, everything you just did isn't saved. And we're going to post the items just so we can see it on eBay. There we go. I'm in the sandbox, of course. Don't want to be paying fees for these tests. And now we're going to get that item. There it is. And as you see, the black shoe is the thumbnail picture. Notice the first selector, select color. That was the name of that first field. And now if I select brown, boom. Select black, boom. And then, of course, they can select size. And, of course, the price changes. And so there it is, the multi-variations feature in AuctionSage, saving you time.